Now, voters across Louisiana made their way to the polls today, deciding on a host of propositions and other ballot items. Now, in Shreveport, there were two big issues on that ballot, and we'll take a look at the city proposition renewals in just a few minutes. But first, the runoff race for Shreveport City Marshal. And a complete but unofficial result, James Jefferson will remain in charge of the Marshal's office. Now, he beat out challenger Grayson Butcher tonight with a 59% vote. Now, according to the Secretary of State's website, the voter turnout for today's election was just over 15%. Now, another big issue for Shreveport. Now, the voters tonight, there were 6 property tax renewals that fund a host of city needs, and all these precincts are in now, and so we're going to take a look at how those propositions did. Now, Proposition 1 funds maintenance and repairs to the city streets, and it passed with a 79% of the vote. Now, also money from Proposition 2, which funds operating and maintenance of the city's recreational facilities, it too passed with 73% of the vote. And Proposition 3 pays for salaries, wages for the city employees, and this was approved with a 75% of a vote. So we move on to Proposition 4, and it is today, it pays for uniforms and equipment for the police and fire departments. And that gave us 77% of the votes, and voters said yes to this renewal. Now, Proposition 5 funds the pension, life insurance, hospitalization for city employees, and it passed with 75% of the vote. And finally, Proposition 6, it funds the city's police 3-platoon system. Now, it got the nod of approval as well as the winning 74% of the vote. Now, KSLA News 12's Jasmine Franklin has been following this city marshal's race, and tonight she's with James Jefferson at his election party. Now, Jasmine, I imagine everyone is in a pretty good mood tonight. How is that going for us? How is that? How is that looking? It looks like there's a party.
Yes, that's right. I'm actually standing here with James Jefferson, who's very excited. Everyone here is pretty excited here at the watch party. James Jefferson, how are you? Now, you served in this role as interim city marshal for a while now. Talk about how you're feeling now that it's official.
I can breathe. I am very grateful to God. It's been a long journey, but it's been a great journey, and I feel good. And I just had to give God all the glory and all the praises, because without Him, this wouldn't have been possible.
I know that you spent a lot of time, working in the marshal's office, 17 years actually, specifically working with Charlie Caldwell. Talk about how important it is for you to continue on his legacy and how you're feeling in this moment.
I always got to give the late great Charlie Caldwell Jr. his props and his because he could have picked anybody. He could have chose anybody to replace him, but unfortunately, God had a better plan for him. So I am very appreciative of Marshal Caldwell for choosing me, handpicking me, and grooming me to be the Shreveport City Marshal.
You spent 17 years in the city marshal's office already, 23 years in law enforcement. What do you see next as your plans in the city marshal's office? You've already implemented a lot of new programs. What's next?
We just gonna continue to improve in the office. I like where we at in my office. I have a great staff. I can't do it without my staff. So I have to give them a lot of thanks. But going forward, we're just gonna continue to fight hard, to continue to serve the citizens of Shreveport.
All right. Well, thank you guys. I'm live here at the All right. Jasmine Franklin, KSLA News 12, sending it back to you guys.